What if you stopped chasing what other people think and started trusting what you feel? Lions don't chase opinions, they follow instincts. That right there, that's your starting line. That's the moment where the noise ends and your clarity begins. You don't need everyone's approval to move forward. You need alignment. Not with the crowd, but with yourself. Picture a lion in the wild. It's not distracted by every sound around it. It's not turning its head every time a bird squawks or a jackal barks. It's not replying to the noise. It's not explaining itself to the hyenas in the distance. No, it's focused. It's alert, but not anxious. It watches the horizon. It reads the wind. It feels the ground under its paws. It knows the land. It senses the moment. And when the time is right, it moves. That quiet confidence comes from instinct, from rhythm, from knowing, not from outside validation, not from applause, but from deep internal clarity. Now take a second and think about your own life. How often have you paused because of a comment? How many times have you delayed a decision, muted your voice, or shrunk your presence just to fit someone else's comfort zone? You've done it. We all have. Maybe it was that job you didn't apply for. Maybe it was the project you kept shelving. Maybe it was your truth, and you kept it quiet because you didn't want to ruffle feathers. But let's be real. You've spent too much time reacting to noise and not enough time acting on truth. And the worst part? Most of that noise isn't even yours. It's other people's fears, other people's projections, other people's regrets showing up in the form of loud advice. This isn't about ignoring people. It's about filtering. Every voice isn't worth the same weight. You've got to be able to hear without being pulled, to listen without losing your center, because some opinions come from love, others come from fear, and some they come with baggage that has nothing to do with you. You need to know the difference. A lion doesn't flinch when the wind changes. It doesn't chase every movement in the grass. It doesn't let noise dictate its mission. It trusts what it feels. That's the edge. Now hear me. Your instincts? They've been trying to talk to you. That gut feeling that whispers, this isn't it. That little nudge that says, start, even when the plan's not perfect. That subtle push that says, try again, even when failure's fresh. That voice, that's your original compass, before the world told you to sit down, before people told you to stay small, before fear dressed itself up as logic and whispered, be realistic. Instinct doesn't need applause to act, it just needs space. Lions don't check for likes before they move. They don't wait for confirmation, they move when it's time. They position themselves, they act. So why are you waiting for everyone to get on board with your dream? Listen. There will be seasons when the world gets loud. People will talk. They'll label your growth as arrogance. They'll call your independence difficult. They'll misunderstand your confidence because they haven't found their own. That's when instinct becomes everything. That's when you stop scanning the room and start scanning your spirit. What does it say? Because truth doesn't always sound like thunder. Sometimes it's a whisper inside you that says, keep going. Even when no one's cheering. Even when they doubt you. Even when you start to doubt yourself, that's where your power is. Not in popularity, not in perfection, but in alignment. Let me tell you something real. The more something matters to you, the more resistance it will attract. And the more resistance you feel, the easier it is to start second-guessing yourself. That's normal. That's the test. A lion doesn't stop because the grass rustles with gossip. It keeps going because it sees the path, it's seen it before, and it knows it's still there, even if others can't see it yet. You've got to build that muscle, that steadiness, that internal certainty. When you feel the pull of purpose, don't stall waiting for applause. Go, refine as you go, adjust the path if needed. But don't pause because someone else doesn't understand your vision. They're not supposed to. You're not here to convince the room, you're here to walk the road. Now imagine this with me. You're in a crowded room. Everyone's talking, shouting even. All of them telling you what you should do. Now picture this. You step outside. You close your eyes. You breathe. And for the first time in a long time, you ask yourself, what do I know is true? That's instinct. That's power. It's not dramatic. It's not loud. It's not about clapping back or proving a point. It's a quiet decision, a steady move, a step that makes sense to your soul, even if it confuses the crowd. You've already done hard things. You've endured silent battles. You've pushed through days no one saw. That was instinct. That was the lion in you. And it's still in there. Now it's just time to trust it. Louder. Not with words, with action. Let your consistency speak. Let your patterns preach. You don't have to defend your vision. You don't have to justify your dream. You've just got to walk it out. Let the results explain what your voice doesn't need to. There comes a point in growth when the outside gets quieter, not because it stopped, but because you stopped needing it. That's when everything shifts. Suddenly, you stop explaining your soul to people committed to misunderstanding it. You stop adjusting your volume just to fit the moment. Your peace grows louder than their projections. Your instinct becomes your compass. Your clarity becomes your direction. And your purpose? It becomes non-negotiable. So let the crowd keep talking. Let them question. Let them doubt. Just make sure you don't. Walk with that lion in you. Because when instinct leads, peace follows. And purpose finally has a place to breathe.